Hey you guys, I am going to show you a couple of things in Google Sheets here that you're going to need for your Crystal Violet lab. So this is a set of sample data. Had we been in class, we would have collected. So remember that each of the rates, 0, first, and second order, have graphs that look different. So our goal is to use this data to create graphs and decide which one is actually linear. So in order to insert a graph, you're going to choose your X and your Y data, and you do want to include the titles. So I'm going to highlight my time, my concentration, and I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. You don't want to include any blank. Whoops, that didn't work. You don't want to include any blank spots. Sorry, I don't know why it didn't pull it all the way. There we go. So once you have your data highlighted, you're going to click Insert, Chart. Okay, and it should choose a scatter chart. If it doesn't, you'll want to change it to a scatter chart. So you can click that and then scroll through to find whichever chart you want. Each chart should have an x-axis title and a y-axis title. So you've got your x-axis is time, your y-axis is the concentration. If you go to customize, you can change colors or anything like that. Here are where your titles are. So your chart title is this. If you want to change it, you can. So maybe I want to do like concentration versus time. And it should change it right on the chart. You can see it changed it right away. I could change my horizontal axis, or I could change my vertical axis if I wanted to. Okay. Now we want to see if this is linear. So we want to put in a trend line. So I'm going to click trend line, and we want it to be a linear trend line. So we can see that this doesn't match up great with our data, which gives me a hint about what type of reaction order this is not. And then I want to go to my label, and I want to use the equation because I'm looking for you to have that equation in the lab. So the equation is now right here, and you can move it around if you want to different locations. And then we also want this R squared value. So the R squared value, which shows up right here, tells you how well the linear trend line matches your data. So the closer to 1 you are, the better match you are. So this 0.98 is actually pretty close. But in order to see if it's the closest, you'll have to do graphs for the other two things as well. So in your assignment, it asks you to take a screenshot of this, or you can do kind of control copy of the chart area and then put that into your document. And then it already has the equation of the line and the R squared value right on there. So that should be easy to plug in. If you are going to be, or you are going to be looking at other data as well, so you're going to need to enter in an equation. So you could do these in your calculator and type in each one, but because we're in Google Sheets, it's pretty easy. So you're going to double click on the first box to get your cursor, and you're going to push equal. Equal tells the computer that, okay, I'm going to do an equation now, and I'm going to do ln. So this is the logarithm of a number. And then you're going to choose what you're going to look at. So you're going to say, okay, I want the natural log of the concentration. So you're going to click on the concentration box, close your parentheses, hit enter. And I always like to double check the first one with my calculator just to make sure. We also don't need this many places. So to change how many decimal places you have, you're going to go up here to your toolbar, and I'm just going to decrease the number until it matches the 5 that I started with. Okay, now you don't need to do that equation every single time. You're going to highlight that first box, and you're going to go to this blue corner where it makes the crosshairs or the plus sign, and you're going to drag it down all the way to the bottom. And what it's doing is bringing that equation all the way down to the bottom. Okay. And then you do the same thing for 1 over. So equals 1 over, 1 over, and then you're going to choose the concentration. And again, you can drag that all the way down. I always like to check the first one just to make sure. Now, for our X and Y, we want to choose time as our X for every single of the graphs, but now our Y is going to be the natural log. So to do that, you're going to highlight your time all the way down, and then you are going to do a command and then highlight the other row and see how it skipped the middle. Whoops, you can't highlight 3 sets of data. I messed that up. Let me try again. Okay, so I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom and then command and drag this one all the way to the bottom. And then insert chart. And I just have my natural log in my time. And I can go through the same setup with my chart editor, get my R² value, and then I'm gonna do it one more time with my 1 over concentration versus time.